Hey guys, this is Avenge44 doing another Valiant review. This is issue number 5. This time I'm going over issue number 5 of Bloodshot. Um I like this cover. It's a pretty awesome cover. I don't know. I like the look on this guy's face. Like, like Bloodshot's old journal. Like as he's reaching for his knife, or actually he's probably reaching for a gun or something. I don't know. He's just freaking the hell out because Bloodshot's here. This issue, just like it says right there on the cover, this issue is all about Bloodshot. This is part of a new story arc where it's probably gonna run for at least a couple like 3 issues. I think, at least I can see 3 issues being used with this. It's basically, Bloodshot's bringing the fight to Project Rise's son, and he's attacking their base. So it's really awesome, pretty cool. First off, we have a flashback here of Pulse. Pulse basically getting kind of treated badly and kind of like abused by this really big old nasty ugly woman who's basically in charge of the nursery, in charge of all those superpowered kids. Because what Project Rise's son does is they work on people like Bloodshot, creating metahumans or creating super soldiers, but they also work on they also take harbingers, like kid harbingers, and like try to basically manipulate them and create them into their own soldiers. So basically, Project Rise's son is all about, that's their 2 main sources of how they get their people. They're all about basically creating the best soldiers possible, superpowered people, which I think is a cool concept. A kind of cool little picture here. Pulse, shocks the hell out of the woman, and she gets mad. And she starts, abusing her, and come back to reality. And the 2 characters, Pulse and the other girl, I think her name's Karen. They're the two women that Bloodshot's been working with. They're basically like by themselves, and this team of people, like, you don't really get to see who they are not until the end of the issue. They break in, catch them, and basically houses. And here we see Bloodshot. We see Bloodshot's kind of like meditating. He's talking to his nanobite guys inside of him, and they're explaining everything. He's basically preparing for war is what he's doing. He's getting ready for some kind of big fight or whatever. He's got some kind of plan. You can tell that. Basically, Kara's over here making, basically antagonizing this guard a lot. You don't really understand why she's doing it until the next panel. She's basically just, spits in the guy's face and all this shit. So he just bitch slaps her and makes her bleed. But when he does that, her blood starts falling into the drain, and he goes through like the whole system, the whole building. And that's exactly what Bloodshot wanted. Like, we found out that Bloodshot had this really cool, elaborate plan set up to basically put some of his blood in her bloodstream. The whole old blood brother thing, where you cut your finger and put it. And it's basically all part of a plan so he can get his nanobites there in his bloodstream through the system of Project Rise's base, so that he can start manipulating their their guard systems, their defense systems, so he had easy entry. And so then we see that he gets on his bike and he gets ready to go into battle, and it's pretty awesome. Also, I haven't read enough of the old Bloodshots to know if he can do this in the old comics, but he has the ability to kind of like temporarily change his appearance to that of any person he wants. And he does that here to, as a guard, to actually get into the base, and then once he gets in the base, he starts shutting down their systems, because he can only shut their systems down as he gets close to them. So, we got some really kind of cool graphic stuff here where he's getting shot up by the turnips and stuff. And basically this issue's got a lot of action going on. There's not a whole lot of story. It's basically just a lot of action. And, Bloodshot just tearing the stuff up. There's a really kind of fun moment here where that guard guy from the cover, his journal that was Bloodshot's, like, one of Bloodshot's good friends that was implanted in his memory. He's like, hey, Braille buddy, do you remember me? It's Hitch. And it's kind of fun. And then the next thing you see is like Bloodshot's like, sorry, I don't remember you, and then you see that he's got like a knife through his head. I thought that was a fun little moment. And basically, Bloodshot starts to go. Bloodshot's getting ready to go. He's basically there's 3 sections of Project Rise of Sun that he has to get through to get to where he needs to go. Because like Kara and Pulse are in one section. The information he needs, like his personal files, are in the other part that he's trying to. I'm not sure exactly which one he's going to right now, but he's getting ready to go in this room, and it's pretty cool because this villain guy, who I don't know his name, is basically just like a monitor guy who stays in the station. Bloodshot's about to get in the next room, but he's got his team ready, like the team that was early in the issue, and we finally get to see who the team are. And it's basically a team of other Bloodshots, like other projects that Rise of Sun's been working on, other metahumans, and they all look pretty freaking tough, pretty badass. So I'm kind of looking forward to this issue. It's probably gonna have some pretty cool action in it. Yeah, and this is the first issue, and this is the first issue of a new arc. The Rise and Fall Part 1. So and then they got this amazing looking cover for for the next part, where Bloodshot's invading the nursery, which I mentioned earlier is full of all the Harbinger kids. So that might be a kind of cool seeing it has a cool tagline, "What danger lurks in the nursery." So I'm looking forward to that one too. But yeah, I mean, the art's actually pretty good in this issue. I liked it. I don't like the way the artist draws Bloodshot himself. I just think that's kind of gay. I mean, he just doesn't look that tough. He looks kind of small and scrawny. Especially look in this picture. He looks so skinny and like he needs to eat. He needs to eat something. His face also looks kind of young. Kind of like he doesn't have a very battle hardened look to himself like he did in the 90s. That's probably my biggest pet peeve with this comic is how he doesn't have that super tough guy appeal to him or look to him. But the art's pretty good. Other than that, it's pretty awesome art. The story was actually really good. It's got it's a really cool blockbuster kind of movie kind of story. It's got great action. It's got some great suspense to it. There's a lot of parts there's a lot of things going on that you're looking forward to. Like you're looking forward to him getting through the base and trying to fight through everything that he's got to go against. Like he's got to go against the nursery. He's got to go against these 4 guys. He's gonna have to get back to Kara and Pulse at some point. There's still like a lot of bad guys in this place. This story arc could probably go for a few issues of him just going through the various parts of the base. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope they do kind of stretch it out a little bit. Make the whole story arc about it. That'd be cool. Basically, if I had to rate this comic, I would give it I'd give it a 6, probably a 6 or a 7. I'm leaning more on the 7 part, because basically at this month, over this month, I liked Archer Armstrong the most this month. And then it was probably EXO, and then I liked Shadow Man, and then this, and then Harbingers would be the very bottom of my list of what I thought was impressive this month for Valiant. But I'm definitely looking forward to all the comics that come out next month. So. Keep watching. See my reviews on those.